This Friday the 13th, things are about to get bloody. On the next King-Sized, we're diving into Carrie. We'll cover every adaptation from the 1976 original to the 2002 TV movie, the 2013 remake, and yes, even the Rage Carrie 2. Plus, we'll explore how they stack up against King's legendary debut novel. Join me and my wife Bethany as we break down the heartbreak, the horror, and that unforgettable prom night. Don't miss it, dropping this Friday the 13th, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Tired of the daily grind? Need a butler who can handle anything from a spilled cup of tea to a rogue supervillain? Look no further than Pennyworth's finest butler service. Our butlers are trained to handle any situation, no matter how peculiar. Whether it's a late-night emergency or a simple request for a midnight snack, our butlers are always ready to serve. And don't worry about security risks. Our butlers have a knack for keeping secrets. Pennyworth's finest butler service, your secret to a more refined life.
Welcome to this Moving Panels One Shot. Let's have a nerdy little conversation, and it is once again bracket time. We decided, since we just did The Dark Knight last week, and we've already talked about the best live-action Batman and Joker, why not talk about the best live-action Alfred? And so I have returning with me Tim Williams and Nicholas Pepin to knock out who is the best live-action Alfred. So welcome, gentlemen.
Hello, hello.
Let's do this.
All right, we're just going to jump straight into this. There are 9 actors. If I missed one, please let me know. I'm pretty sure I haven't, though. But there are 9 actors who have played Alfred live action. I did go back and look back through the 1940s movie serial, and I don't think Alfred ever appeared in that. I do think that Alan Napier was the very first live action Alfred in Batman 66. Hey guys, I'm going to jump in for a minute because I made a mistake. I found out right after we recorded this episode that Alfred was in both of the 1940s Batman movie serials. In the 1943 version, he was played by William Austin, and in the 1949 Batman and Robin serial, he was played by Eric Wilton. Now, the reason I missed this is because neither one of them are credited, and they are using the original Alfred character's last name, which is Beagle. So they are both using the name Alfred Beagle. But wanted to mention that I did forget them, but I mean, come on. You don't think they'd actually win, do you? Let's get back to the show. So we're going to jump straight into this. These are seeded just based off of the best chronological order that I could put them in, because some of these did overlap. So we'll just jump straight into it. There are 9, so that does make a quick elimination round right here at the beginning between our bottom 2, so our most current Alfreds, and that is Jack Bannon, who plays him on the TV show Pennyworth, and the current Alfred in the movies, Andy Serkis from The Batman. So, Tim?
Well, because I didn't watch any episodes of Pennyworth, I will eliminate that actor, because I did see Andy Serkis in The Batman.
For the exact same reason, I am voting for Andy Serkis.
All right, so Andy Serkis moves forward. All right, so now we are going to put Andy Serkis, the most current Alfred, against the original Alfred, Alan Napier from Batman 66.
Well, it was good to know you, Andy, but bye.
Yeah. Same. I'm going
Yeah,
Napier.
Yeah, Napier just set a standard as to who Alfred was. It's just, too iconic there. All right, this is an interesting one. I kind of have my thoughts, but I'm curious about your guys. We got Michael Caine, who we just discussed in The Dark Knight, against Jeremy Irons from the DCEU.
Irons wasn't terrible, but he's not Michael Caine, so I'm going Michael Caine.
When I think Alfred to me is more of the Michael Caine Alfred than the Jeremy Irons Alfred.
I think Michael Caine always does it for me in the line where Bruce is trapped underneath the like piece of wood, and he goes, all those push-ups, and you can't get yourself out of the... Yeah. I think that just always does it for me. So All right, so Michael Caine moves forward there. Yeah, Jeremy Irons, not a bad Alfred at all. All right, next up, we've got Michael Gough, or Gough. I never have figured out how you're supposed to pronounce his last name. From the Burton into the Schumacher, all 4 of those 90s Batman movies. And he's going up against Sean Pertwee, who played Alfred on the TV series Gotham.
I mean, it's pretty easy for me. Michael Gough.
Yeah, it's a little tougher for me because I was a fan of the show Gotham and I did like him. He was a different spin on the character of Alfred. And he doesn't really have much to do especially as the franchise kept going. He was just kind of there because he had to be. I'm actually going to put it on Laramy. I'm going to pick.
I knew you would.
I'm going to pick the guy from Gotham.
Yeah, because I'm not disagreeing with you. So Gotham, not a great series, but I did like his Alfred because I liked how they brought in, him being former military and that he's part of the way Bruce becomes Batman, and in that training. And Michael Gough, although great and awesome, he is just kind of there. He is kind of a more fatherly figure, which they definitely play on in, I would say, more the Schumacher movies than they do the Tim Burton ones. Yeah, I think more for a depth of the character of Alfred, I think I'm going to go Sean Pertwee as well. So, yeah. Again, Michael Gough, he had his place as Alfred, but I think for the development of the character, I'm going with Sean Pertwee.
He passed the torch well.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got Ian Abercrombie, very very famous actor. If you don't know him, just look him up. Character actor. You've seen him in so many things. He played him on the CW show Birds of Prey, and he's going up against you saw him once, Douglas Hodge in the 2019 Joker.
I'm from, I guess, Ian Abercrombie because I don't like the Joker.
Yeah, I'm the same.
All right. I'm not against Ian Abercrombie. There, I think Douglas Hodge kind of is a jerk as Alfred. He in that one scene we do see him in. He's a very unlikable Alfred. So, all right. So here we go. Here's our final 4. Like I said, this is going to be short and sweet since there haven't been an awful lot of Alfreds. So let's go with let's keep on. Let's see if Ian Abercrombie is going to take on Sean Pertwee. I'm going to go Sean Pertwee again. I just think
I was going to say the same. I'm going Pertwee as well.
All right. I guess I'll go Pertwee. I mean, I can't say I'm not going to give somebody who was in like one episode of Birds of Prey.
I think he was in more than one episode, but yes, the short-lived Birds of Prey show didn't really have much there. But again, I think it's that same argument I had with Sean Pertwee earlier, is that he gave more depth to Alfred than even Ian Abercrombie would, because again, Ian Abercrombie would just be the standard butler Alfred. So, all right, that moves Sean Pertwee into our finals. Blake is rolling over in his grave that somebody from Gotham has made it into the finals of a bracket. But pretty much he's going to lose to whoever wins this. We got Alan Napier against Michael Caine.
Oh. See, this should have been the final. I mean, you have the guy who originated Alfred, basically, in Napier, and the one who Michael Gough really was like more aping and you're just kind of following in the suit of. Michael Caine kind of transformed it, made it a little bit more his own, kind of gave Alfred a little bit more depth. It's tough. I mean, I guess.
Yeah. And I'm not saying this couldn't have been our finals, but like I put them in order of chronological order, and instead of trying to, because I didn't really know how I would put them in any other type of seating other than just maybe random.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I know it might be recency bias, but I feel like as much as I love Alan Napier, I love the Batman 66 series, and you get to spend a lot more time with Alfred in that than you do in the Dark Knight trilogy. I think I'm still going to give it to Michael Caine.
There wasn't much of a discussion, or in my mind, I was going Michael Caine from the beginning. I mean, nothing against Napier, but Michael Caine, like you said, he made the role a more fleshed out character. So
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's the same with me. Yeah, Alan Napier, I mean, he's on the Mount Rushmore of Alfred's. He's up there. He is the GOAT when it comes to being the bar that was set, I should say. He is the epitome of what you think of for Alfred, but in terms of actually developing the character, yeah, Michael Caine does so much more with Alfred, and also making Alfred, like we talked about last week in our other episode, making Alfred more of a partner to Batman than not that Alan Napier didn't have his moments. I mean, I loved in the 66 Batman whenever he would actually put on one of the domino masks.
Oh yeah.
So that he could also have his identity hidden, even though nothing else about him was any different.
Right.
Other than he just put on a domino mask.
I did like once or twice when he put on the Batman costume and was like, "I'm Batman." Like the dude was like 6'7" and like a stick, and like Adam West was pretty buff for 66. Looked nothing like each other, and people were like, "Oh well, clearly that's the different guy."
Yeah.
Clearly Batman is
Makes sense. All right, so there you have it. Here, so Michael Caine moves on, and here we go. Unless anyone has any argument, does Sean Pertwee stand a chance against Michael Caine in our finals?
No,
not for me.
Yeah. Is there anyone that you probably would have had an argument against Michael Caine? We didn't do this one round robin style like we did the others. We went traditional bracket, but is there anyone do you think could have had a chance other than Alan Napier against Michael Caine?
I don't think so. Not in my mind.
I mean, Michael Gough maybe, just because he has, like, for me, like, I think of Alan Napier, I think of Michael Caine. Those for me are like 1A, 1B, but I think Michael Gough is the look. Like,
oh yeah.
Like he has like the physical look of Alfred in my book, where Michael Caine and Alan Napier are better actors. Or better.
They were given more to do.
Yeah.
In their roles. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, if you were to ask me for the actual look of Alfred, I'm going to picture the character from the animated series, but...
Which, didn't they kind of base that off of Michael Gough?
Maybe a little. I honestly think Ian Abercrombie looks more like the Alfred from the animated series, but yeah. So I mean, yeah. So we could throw in Ephraim Zimbalist, or however you pronounce his last name, who voiced him in the animated series. But as far as live action goes, yeah, I say it's no question that it would have been Michael Caine. So there you have it. We've got Michael Keaton, Heath Ledger, and Michael Caine are our best live-action Batman, Joker, and Alfred. So there you have it. So it is, and so it has been said here on Moving Panels. It is official. Michael Caine is the best live-action Alfred.
I approve this message.
All right, gentlemen. Anything you want to say to wrap us up for this really short one-shot here?
I mean, I'm guessing we're going to have a really shorter one-shot of Best Robin at some point, or...
Maybe. I think that list might be just a tad longer than you think it is.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because there was Robin in the 1940s, and then we've got Burt Ward, and yeah, we get the 90s, and we have Titans, and I mean, well, then you get into the argument of, do we just focus on do we just focus on Dick Grayson, or do we get into the other Robins? Because we have had live action Jason Todd and
Yeah, I mean that's another argument for another day. But I when I did that on Pop Culture Roulette, I separated Dick Grayson from Jason Todd from any other version of Robin there might have been.
well, here's the question: if I do decide to come up with that bracket, do we count Edward Blake or John Blake? Excuse me, John Blake. I don't know why I said Edward. Do we
think
count
so.
John Blake? Because he's not Dick Grayson.
Right.
So
I don't know. That's that's an argument that we'd have to make at the time, I guess. I don't know.
yeah. All right. Well, maybe we'll look into that for the future, but we'll go ahead and wrap things up here. For today, for Moving Panels, I'm Laramy Wells, and I'll see you on the other side of the page.